Brian DeStuke with Darnell Silva here, and check us out on High School Quiz Show Baseball Edition, Saturday, April 5th at 6.
Welcome to Sports Talk, the 100th episode. I'm Brian DeStupe. As always, alongside me, Joe Pransky. Big day. It's been a while to get here. 100th episode today of Sports Talk. We were off for 3 months or so.
Doing college stuff.
Doing
stuff
just all those different things. We're
Yep.
back to keep going every week, and we start 2016 off with the 100th episode of Sports Talk. So we got a lot of stuff today, as you saw at the beginning, a little bit of clips there. That's what we're going to do throughout today. We also have a special guest on the phone. So that's what you can expect for Sports Talk. But Joe, opening thoughts, man. We've been doing this since our freshman year of high school, that 3 years ago, and we've had 100 episodes. Man, how do you feel?
It's insane. Throughout all high school, I've just been coming here every Friday, and almost every Friday, and it's just looking back, doesn't even seem like we've changed at all, and we've changed a lot.
Yeah, when you watch that, we'll have plenty of time to reminisce about it. When you watch the clip there, you're like, it blows you away. A lot of things have changed.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got stuff to talk about today. We will be doing some 100th episode things. We have some special stuff along the way, but there's sports to talk about. We missed a whole Patriots football season, and it was a big one. So let's recap that. But first, we're going to go with a special thing. This was me and Zach and Matt at the Super Bowl last year. So we're going to have a Super Bowl clip of the parade when the Patriots won. So we'll start off with that.
Talk here outside Super Bowl 49. The Patriots are Super Bowl champions. Joe couldn't be with you today. He's sick at home, and this cold weather would not be good for him. But we are here live. First parade event HCAM has ever covered. And the Patriots are world champions. There are a lot of fans, as you Matthew can show you. Julian Edelman, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Julian Edelman, Brian Tibbs, Brandon LaFell, Aaron Dodson. Woo! Super Bowl for the Patriots. Pat Chung and Malcolm Butler. And he's got the car! He's got a car, ladies and gentlemen. Malcolm Butler has gotten the keys to Tom Brady's car.
Hey. Woo! What else was I supposed to say? We did it!
Okay, we couldn't show you all of that because the rest of that clip is not TV approved. I think that would get HCAM into some trouble with the what's it called? The FFC. Is that the World Wrestling Federation? I don't know. FCC. That's it. If we showed you the rest of that part with the fan there.
Very bad day to get sick.
Yes, it was a tough day to mention. That was fun. Yeah. We've been able to do some really cool things because of the show. We have a cool one coming up, I think in March, that we got to keep on the DL. It's going to be really cool. Zach knows over there what I'm talking about.
I have no clue.
He knows what I'm talking about. And he said he doesn't, but has to do with the local team that plays at the Garden. So maybe. But anyway, that was really cool going to the parade that day and doing a broadcast thing. And we actually weren't at school that day for that, and we got to do that after a crazy ride right there with the Patriots. We also got to do that pregame show for the Super Bowl. We had a lot of guests, and it was a great show. But anyway, that was a good day. However, there's going to be a lot of stuff like that. I want to talk about the Patriots for a minute because we missed a lot. So the season starts off, and we spent so much time talking about Deflategate last spring. The Patriots roll off 10 wins to start the year.
Yeah.
And Brady they look at 07 Patriots, and they're dominating everybody. And if we were doing this show consistently through those weeks, we would have sat here and said to you, this team's winning the Super Bowl, and the conversation would have been, well, the Patriots going to go undefeated. Because that was what it is. And Joe, that is not the case now. Patriots lose 2 of their last 4. Injuries happen. Edelman gets hurt. Gronk gets hurt, and it looks like he's done for the season. And just so many other guys. Jimmy Collins was hurt for a while. Hightower.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole Chandler Jones thing going around now, and so many things. But they look healthy now. Everybody's coming back for this game Saturday against, besides a couple of the offensive linemen. But you get Edelman and the whole crew. So do you think? Look, I know 2-4 down the stretch. not the best way you want to finish the season. But 10-0 start, the way they dominated. I know they don't have home field advantage of the 2 seed. Home playoff game, divisional round against the Chiefs. Do you think having that bye week, get everybody back, the team will be like they were the first 10 weeks, legit Super Bowl contender?
Yeah, I think that they're going to be like that because, well, when we went on that slope, Edelman wasn't playing. And every game Edelman was playing, we won about every game. I think, 6 games. He was gone 8 weeks, something like that.
You got hurt in week 9 against the Giants.
Yeah, so we won all the games with Edelman, and then once Edelman's gone, we lose 4 games. So we're going to have Edelman back and the whole offense back, basically.
Besides Deion Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to have all them, and we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks better. I think the team you saw against this couple games, Denver, Philadelphia, the Miami, and the Jets game, is not the team going to the playoffs. You have Edelman. Your whole defense is back.
Yeah.
You have a strong core of receivers. I like their chances. I know that Tom Brady has not had the protection with the offensive line. I get it. You got Vollmer coming back, right?
Yeah.
So that looks better. The running game isn't the best. There's no, with Steven Jackson, it's not Blunt. Blunt gets hurt, you lose. I mean, the team's got a lot of injuries throughout, but the core is back.
Good thing getting out of the way back then instead of in the playoffs.
I think they can go on a run and go to the Super Bowl. I really do. I think that, hey, they can beat a Peyton Manning, with no arm, or Brock Osweiler-led Broncos, and they can beat a beat-up Steelers team at home.
Yeah.
So then it's just then if they can win these 2 games against beatable teams, I think they can do.
Yeah.
Then they're back to where they were last year, right? Last year we didn't know if they were going to win the Super Bowl. I remember a lot of people picking them to lose. And I thought, hey, just get back. But I know they were 10-0 and now they're not. But despite all of that, if they win these next 2 games, they're back in the Super Bowl. To really do something that has never been done. I feel like the whole year was about avenging Deflategate, right? Remember, it was the revenge tour, and it was beating everybody as bad as you could. And that's how it started out, like 07, like 51 points on the Jaguars. I mean, it was no mercy. Everybody, the Colts game, no mercy. Well, now it's not that mentality. Now a lot of people are questioning. What do you think of the Kansas City Chiefs? Do they pose a legitimate threat?
Oh, yeah, they do, because I think that Kelly, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Kelsey or something?
Yeah, Kelsey Cleese, the tight end, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that if we get him, it's just like something I'm thinking about, we'd have the ultimate tight end duo right there.
Oh,
back when, it would be probably like almost better than Hernandez and Gronk.
Yeah.
Because he's huge.
Right.
He's like the size of Gronk, but not as good as Gronk probably.
Yeah.
Because Gronk's a monster. But I think that they are a threat. I need to tell you that. Smith's a decent quarterback. He can hold his own out there, which is good. Not for us, but for them.
11-5, and the thing was, they started off 1-5.
Yeah.
They've won their last, including the playoff win against Houston, their last 11. I mean,
the opposite of the Patriots.
Yeah, exactly. The Patriots coming in 2-4 in their last 6. This team has won 11 straight games. In fact, they haven't lost since the Royals won the World Series in October. Or no, it might have been the beginning of the They haven't lost in like 3 months.
That's a good statistic right there.
I saw that on Facebook.
Oh.
Give me that.
Stealing people.
I didn't go looking for that. But this team has won 11 straight ball games, so they're doing something right. But they haven't beat the best teams, right? And I think when they're healthy, the Patriots are by far the best team in the AFC, and they're top 3 in the league, up with Arizona and Carolina, right?
Yeah.
So I like their chances. We'll pick at that later on at the end, but I think they got a good chance. X factors in the game: score early, set the tempo. Patriots offense, when everybody was healthy, was setting the tempo. They were going a million miles, no huddle offense. Then get the ball out quick to Edelman. That will help set up Gronk. Another thing you're going to see a big difference in if Edelman's on his game, which he says he is. I don't know. It's tough coming back from not playing for that long with a broken foot. 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. Those third down plays that they've had a hard time converting on since he left. If they can get those with Edelman, because he just gets in the slot, gets off the receiver quick, I like the chances of the Patriots. We will talk more about it at the end, but I think in a minute here we're going to be going to a Mr. Hayward clip. He's someone that was big on the show early, coming on as a guest, and we're going to be getting to him in a second here with his clip. So I think we're going to that right now. Mr. Hayward clip. No, we're not. That's my bad. We have no communication today, so we're going to stay where we are.
One of the problems for me in the Patriots in the playoffs right now is the officials, because Goodell does not like the Patriots at all because of the Deflategate stuff. I can see that the that the officials are gonna do something to the Patriots because
there's definitely been questionable officiating.
Yeah.
The Denver game specifically, that was the first loss, and at the time, right, that was a big game.
Yeah, so I think that it could happen, but they could blow the game for us, and they can't really say anything about it because it's hard to tell if they're blowing the game.
Right.
I mean, investigation like that.
Yeah, I mean, you hope that's the thing. Couple things they're going to beat Patriots. You know, if Brady gets hit a lot, we've seen what's happened in the past, and if they don't get some calls their way, they could lose. I'm not saying that they're definitely going to win, no matter what. I like their chances. I think they should win this game, and they should win the next one. If this is the Patriots team that's remotely close to the team that won their first 10, they should win. They should go to the Super Bowl. After that, it's a toss-up. I don't know if they can necessarily beat Arizona or Carolina. Strong teams.
I think that this game is going to be the revenge for the game back last season.
Well, there's beef there, yeah.
Yeah, that we got totally destroyed on Monday Night Football.
I mean, that was the game that
41-14.
That was the game that spearheaded them winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because everybody was questioning if Brady should even be the quarterback. It was like 2003 all over again. And then all of a sudden, they roll off a bunch of wins and win the Super Bowl. And we're going to go right now to the Mr. Hayward clip. This is old from our first season doing sports talk freshman year. So here's the clip of us and Mr. Hayward.
Colors are coming out because you said more than you're not a fan of Julian. I was surprised. You said I want to bash this guy a little bit. And you went to it.
I'm not the biggest.
You started off soft.
I'm not the biggest Julian fan.
That's an understatement. I was surprised. The guy who's helped get the cup here.
Gregory Canton on the power play in the Stanley Cup. That is just a disgrace. He's not awful.
Well, when the power play is not scoring any goals at all, I guess you try anything.
You're fourth line centerman.
You got to try anything at that point.
I don't know. All right.
But I was surprised because I was, he got a cup here. I gave them a lot of grades. He got a cup here, and it's a long time. I didn't think that was going to happen.
I did not.
And when you first came to the school, you and your brothers and things like that, you were the only kids I saw wearing Bruins stuff. The only kids I saw wearing Bruins clothes. And I said, I got to talk to these kids because everyone else, Celtics, Red Sox were winning, and you guys had hockey stuff on. So we started hockey talk in the hallways and stuff. So you get how long it was and how they were out of the limelight. And, now they're back.
They're back. But the expectation is conference finals or bust at this point. With the talent they've had, if you don't get to the conference finals. All right, you just saw a clip from 3 years ago now of us with our former principal, Mr. Hayward, who was a frequent guest on during the 2013 Bruins Stanley Cup run. Well, we have him on the phone right here. Mr. Hayward, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Congratulations, guys. 100th episode. Unbelievable.
Thanks so much for joining us. We've been doing this basically throughout all of high school, and you were a big part of and supporter of us early on doing the show, Matt Holbrook. And
well, I'll say I was a small part. You guys did the work, but definitely a big supporter.
And just for us, we were talking before, and it seems like yesterday when we started this, and Joe had said to me that it seems like nothing's changed coming up here on Fridays and everything, and then we see these clips of the way we looked, and we're so much smaller. Yeah. We're like, it's surreal, but it feels so, so much. But thank you so much for coming on. And I just want something from the clip that we just watched, and I want to talk to you about it for Mix. I think it's important. It was about, you were saying that when we first got to the school, so that when me, Matt, and Joe, and we were 7th graders, that was the year the Bruins went on to win the Cup, and you said you guys were the only kids that I saw wearing Bruins clothes. You said everybody's been wearing Red Sox and Patriots and the Celtics, but you saw only us wearing Bruins. And man, have times changed with people and Bruins fans.
Well, that's what winning does. You know that. You guys been covering sports and good city to cover, man. But nothing brings people on like winning. Although I know you guys probably won't follow the up and down season this year, so the jerseys are on and off.
Well,
But,
let me ask you about that. What do you think of the Bruins season this year? It's been an up and down. Last night was a tough loss. They should have won the third. The Winter Classic was not too pretty. What are your thoughts on the team this year?
Well, sometimes, if you're just a real solid team, you're really good, you go in, you're going to win, huge percentage of your games, and you got the talent. And then sometimes you have teams that are just streaky, and they get hot, and they get cold. And, in some respects, I almost rather be the, really super talented and just loaded, or hot and streaky, where you're going to have down runs like this, because if you get hot at the right time, you have that magic and you can put together, like a 30-game playoff run and get deep. But so sometimes streaky teams aren't the worst things in the world, because you guys have seen when they're playing well, they're winning. They're winning 8 out of 10 games instead of losing 8 out of 10. So hopefully, but we'll have to see.
Are you surprised when we were talking with the episodes we were just watching, it was during that cup run, the second one they lost. But are you surprised with the way the team's fallen a little bit? I mean, it's they had that Stanley Cup year, and the next year they won the President's Trophy, and Montreal bounced them out. And it seems like ever since, last year they didn't make the playoffs. This year's streaky. Sometimes they look like this team's a playoff contender. Sometimes they don't. Are you surprised with the way things have fallen with the Bruins over the past couple of years?
Well, I mean, there's young guys in there probably having to come up earlier than they should, and the trades. Tyler Seguin trade doesn't look so good at times, for sure, and just some of the kind of be nice to have Johnny Boychuk right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, you find out, you end up trading people, and then you come to the next trade deadline, and you're saying, oh, I wish we could add a solid defenseman. And so it's kind of like you make some bad moves, so I'm really not too surprised. I'm really not that surprised.
Yeah, I mean, the moves, I think everybody can say, definitely do it. Zach just put up a poster for me because he wants me to ask you a question. He wants me to what was from doing the show with us for those for that time, which was over 2 different years. When the first 2 years we did it. Do you have any memories specifically that you enjoyed or a funny thing or just anything that was really that stuck in your mind about coming on the show with us?
Well, let me see. Right now, I'm actually looking at a picture of you guys on your website. I think it must have been at the Grand March or whatever, all dressed in tuxedos. So you guys do it all that. So, and I've been following some stuff that you guys do on Twitter with the band and everything. But looking back and remembering, like, really, and you guys are older now, so it's okay if I wouldn't say it at the time, but I mean, you guys were young. You're just at the start of high school, and the thing that struck me was like, this isn't going away. This isn't one episode. So I didn't know we'd be talking on the 100th episode, but I knew it wasn't a fad. I knew it wasn't, just something for a year. I knew, like, they're going to get good, real good at this. And they have, that's what struck me, which you don't always see out of, like, kids in junior high or just started high school. So I think that's the thing that stood out, that I kind of had a sense that I was watching people at the beginning of something. So kudos to you guys. And I guess I was right. My intuition about, the drive that you guys had seems to have been spot on. And obviously, Zach, Mr. Goldman, does a fantastic job running the program and stuff with you guys. And you guys just took that ball and just boom right into the end zone with it. So
I'll tell you this: the program has grown. The video production club that is. I mean, we can't fit everybody. There's a lot of 7th graders coming in, but we can't fit everybody in the room. I mean, it is crazy with the amount of kids that have joined, especially the last 2 years. A lot of kids got interested quickly.
Now, can I ask you guys a question? Now, you senior year, correct?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. So, I know Trish, I want to ask you a question. Are there any proteges? Who's taking this over? Because a real mark of leaving, of doing something is how it continues after you. Do you have any little mentees that you guys have been, kind of grooming to take over and keep it going?
With sports talk specifically, maybe. I mean, we plan to try to keep going, but I do think there is one kid that there's a couple kids that are real good in the club with the whole thing. We have personalities. There's one kid specifically who's been doing sports. This kid, his name's Andrew Larossi. He's in the 7th grade. I got to work with him. We started doing things, and I was kind of helping him out with writing a sports story, and then he was going to be on TV. And he's very opinionated, and I want to have him on the show. I've thought about, I'm planning on asking him. He's going to be someone. He's real good, and he's got the drive, and he's very opinionated and brings his point across. So in terms of all the young bunch, I don't know how about you feel, Joe, but I think he could have his own sports show right now. I really do. I really like him. I think he's good. He was a pleasant surprise for me.
I'm sure you guys have probably really inspired the young kids. I mean, it's great when you have adults telling you and pointing in direction, but my experience is when they see kids doing that, and they see kids in their own school, doing what you guys have done, getting to 100 episodes. It's probably it's great to hear that the program's growing.
Yeah, and I could speak for both of us. It's been fun throughout, and the fact that we've done it for 4 years, and it's really just been part of high school. You go to school and we do this, it's stuck. It's been part of it, but the beginning was so exciting because it was so new, and I remember the Bruins Cup run was the first thing that we got to really. It was the first real big story, and we got to do those early episodes with you. And I still watching the clips and thinking about it back then, just how excited I could speak personally I was. It was a great time. But I want to before we move on and with everything, I want to just before you go, I want to ask you. Is there anything, I don't know, sometimes, we have the younger kids and they watch the show. And obviously you're not with us anymore, but is there any advice? Because you gave us some big advice early on doing the show. I think has honestly helped us, and you believed in us early. But is there anything you want to tell the younger kids that if you were that you tell the kids you work with now over at Norton? Is there anything you'd want to give as some parting words to them, just in general?
I mean, just dream big, and you don't put your own limitations on you. You'll have enough people around you trying to do that. So, I don't know. I'm just sitting back and kind of thinking back as you guys were going through, and I don't know what I could have said to you. I mean, guys, you put in the work. You got the talent, and you didn't just let it. It's. I don't know. You guys, you did it yourself. You did it yourselves. This was I was there just kind of watching the ride go. You guys did it yourself. I think people should. If I was young kids, I'd probably point them to you and say, dream big, because between that and the band and the stuff that you do, you got direction early. You set a goal early, and you kind of just day by day just kept building towards that. And that's not advice for young kids. That's advice for anybody. Advice for me. I'll take it. It's good advice for anybody, young or old. So, nice job, guys. Congrats on the 100th episode. Definitely try to drop me a line. I'm on Twitter. I follow you guys, but definitely try to drop me a line. I'm interested to see how things go next year for you as you move beyond Holbrook High School.
Yeah, we will be in touch. Thank you so much for calling on today for the 100th episode. We miss you, and thank you so much. And we'll be talking to you soon, and hopefully we can talk some playoff hockey coming up.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, that was Mr. Hayward calling in, former principal for us at Holbrook High, big supporter of the show. So we're going to move into talking a little bit about the 100th episode. So, 100, I mean, and I'll tell you, and we have something coming up we're going to show you. It's from 2 to 50. And it's a big, big difference of, you could just tell in that Hayward. I mean, my voice is, it was not pretty back then. Joe had the same voice. He had and the funny thing is, we watch the clips, and you see Joe, and his face is different. I mean, you've definitely, you've grown, you've gotten
Thinned
taller,
out and got
but
some
the
hair.
voice is the same, and it is, and then the cough. I mean, it doesn't happen as much. That cough was every episode, everywhere we went. I mean, I think we were curious. This was mainly the first 2 years of doing it. And the funny thing is, when we're talking about reminiscing about this show, it's like we're reminiscing about our high school days because they're so linked together. I mean, and the summer, I mean, it's just, this place has got a lot of memory. I mean, what do you think? How does, give me some. You take and just provide something.
I
It's
think
totally from your brain,
that
per usual.
one of the best memories on the show was when Vogel and I couldn't stop laughing.
Yep.
I don't even know why we were laughing. We just kept laughing for no reason. And for like about 5 minutes, I'd probably have to say, of the show, I don't even know, chuckling in corners while you were trying to talk.
Well, Vogel was with us for the first, all the first year, and then part of the second.
Yeah.
And he helped us kickstart the whole thing until he moved away. And Vogel was I should have brought this up on the phone. The guru.
Yeah.
I mean, he picked the second episode or the third episode we ever did, and I remember it was for some reason we filmed it at the school, and Vogel predicted the Super Bowl right, like who won the score, and then he just went on to pick things. And I remember there was one irritating. Bruins lost the Stanley Cup, and he picked the Blackhawks to win the thing in 6, and he just went on this run of predicting things. But you predicted something that no one else could have. You predicted the Red Sox would win the World Series in spring training 2013.
Yeah, I did. I don't know how I did it, but I did.
And I thought you were nuts.
Well, see, I like, it's just the name apparently that came to my head. Like, I saw Mike Napoli and I thought, hey, that's a good name. He's a good baseball name. He's gonna do well, and he did well. The whole team did well.
Did they
that
ever?
year.
They overachieved.
Exactly.
I mean, I thought at best wild card team, and then you were just like, oh, World Series, and I'm like, and it just went. It just went. And then we did have Zach, first year of the show. So this is 2 years before LeBron James decides he's going back to Cleveland. He goes, LeBron's going back to Cleveland. I'm like, he can never go back. The city doesn't want him, blah. He's like, he's going back to Cleveland. We bet the steak dinner that I did in between the 99th and the 100th episode. I did fulfill the promise of the steak. And I did buy and I don't even know what he got. I was at the Outback Steakhouse, so there's steak in there. And it was he's very tasty. And yeah, but we're going to go to the second clip. This is from the 50th and the second episode, so check out the transformation. First aired episode, second taped, and the 50th episode. It was from 2014.
Well, hi, I'm Brian DeStoop. This is Joe Pransky, and this is Alex Vogel. He's new here. This is our second show. We had a show last week. We didn't have a name. Now we have decided on a name. It's called HCAM Sports Talk. This will be a weekly show.
Welcome to Sports Talk, everybody. I'm Brian DeStoop with Joe Pransky, and today is our 50th episode of Sports Talk. We've been doing this now for over a year. We started last January, and here we are in April 2014, still alive, and it's still going strong. Can you believe that, Joe?
Well, I can't believe the live part.
The alive part? That we're still alive? Yeah, and we're going, and hopefully we continue to keep doing this. But 50 episodes went by pretty fast, so it's about a year. We missed a couple weeks along the lines, but 50 episodes, and we've had some great storylines throughout the course of the first year of the show. So we'll talk about those at the end of the show. But there's still sports to be talked about, right? I mean, as you can see right there, Big difference from that real first episode that was really the first episode.
Little
And I
tense
was
there.
looking back at the screen during that. We have our buddy Peter who's here today, and he's watching and he's checking out HCAM and the whole deal. And he's back there with Matt, and his face reaction to seeing us three, me, you, and Vogel. I think maybe specifically more me because my voice has definitely had the biggest transformation. And Joe with the facial hair, the guy's got a beard.
I can also tell that like I was in like this the first episode, and then I was more like this, and now I'm like.
I mean, there's a bunch of big differences. Puberty, I think that's got to be the biggest difference. I mean, it's everything. And then you saw the 50th episode, and that's kind of like in the middle, you know. But anyway, right now we have 2 outtakes of me and Joe, so we go check these out.
Possibly some baseball. We might get to it. If we have time, we'll get to baseball, but we might not. All right, should I take my last 6 out? Sure. I don't want to sound weird when I'm talking.
You are,
You don't say it.
All right, Joe. You can take the ones you want. Just make sure they're appropriate. Don't swear or anything like that.
Yeah. What was that? Oh, yeah, I remember that. I mean, I'm looking for funny pictures. I need to like look at it. Ooh. A bee and honey.
Wait, what is it?
Bee and honey. Oh, that's the one. There's a toilet and then there's a conference. I think you have like a conference when you're going to the bathroom. Oh, hold on a second. I need to.
As you can tell, the camera was always rolling. I found worse stuff than that, but that was when I remember you were doing the sweet. We gotta bring it back because you've become a much funnier person in the past 2 years of the show, the past year and a half than the first year and a half. I mean, your comedy now is through the roof.
Well,
but that was when you were trying to do
it's
a
not
funny
as
moment.
clean as a back
There's
then.
still some clean. It's perfect timing.
Yeah.
And then we saw me trying to pull up my elastic. I mean, there was much worse stuff. Conversations through the glass that Matt's in charge of the camera, so he's able to just, pop the thing out. Joe, 100 episodes in, what's your favorite memory of doing this show?
Oh. There's a lot of memories, a lot of episodes, probably like 100 memories, both. But it's not really a good memory, but one of my favorite memories, ones that sticks in my mind, is when Darwin was on.
Yeah.
And I came straight over. Well, we went to NBC Sports Radio, and I had a bad stomachache, so I went to the bathroom, and I felt like I smelled bad the whole time. So then I had to go to baseball practice, literally right from there. And I was sweating a lot, so I smelled even worse than I did before. And then I went on the show, so I felt like I smelled like poo and sweat the whole time, sitting next to Darwin, a guy who actually did stuff, and I felt like I was littler to him.
That day, I remember that day.
Just felt.
I don't think I'll ever forget that day.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great day. We went to NBC Sports. We have 3 months on the show, and we all went to NBC Sports.
I wish it was
Radio.
better, and I wish I didn't have a stomachache, because that would have been so much better for me.
It was awesome. I remember
Yeah.
meeting them, and I'm still in contact with him today. I got an internship out of that.
Yeah.
Great time. Like, we got to meet him and everything, and that was a good memory. My favorite memory probably of doing the show, I would say, would have to be. It's really difficult to choose just one, but my favorite stretch of time, the beginning, and doing the Bruins Stanley Cup 2013 run. We didn't win, and then it went right into the Red Sox, and
Yeah.
that because it was really fresh, and I remember I can still feel the summer spring weather because the Bruins playoff went later in the year because the lockout.
Sleeping over and then coming here.
Yeah, it was
Right
just
away.
we still do all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
things have changed, but not as much. And anyway, that's I would say that's my favorite time. What are you hoping for the next 100?
I'm open for starting to loosen up even more, because I'm still a little stiff up here. If it's not obvious, I haven't really moved my hands a lot, and we need to I'm hoping for more playoff runs.
Yeah.
A lot of those, because we're spoiled enough now. So we'll be spoiled. Hopefully get spoiled from there.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
hoping for more playoff runs as well. And honestly, I want to get really cool guests on the show.
Yeah.
We've had some cool ones like Darwin, but I want to get more of those. And I want to incorporate some more prepackaged pieces into the show. I want 100 more, too, and I think we'll get that. It's been really fun doing this for the last 100 episodes. I'm kind of surprised I never thought we would stop the show, or I never thought we would, we wouldn't do it. But it piled up. And the thing is, it's been, we'll have another one of these type episodes when high school's over, but this has been high school.
Yep.
And
This
100
wasn't.
episodes,
This
you know?
thing isn't only about the 100 episodes. It's about basically our high school.
It's what we've
It's
done
about
for the
high
past 4
school.
years, and I think we've really built something to a point we can be proud of.
Yeah.
And I think we're at a point now where we enjoy, what we do. We have a lot of fun. It's just, at the end of the day, this show is, and anybody can do this on HCAM. So if there's a kid, I don't care. You can be, I don't know who you are. I don't care. You can do this. We're just a bunch of high school kids that watch. That we would talk about sports and we get to have fun with it. And we've had a lot of really good memories. A lot of people to thank. I want to start off thanking HCAM's executive director, Zach Gorman, for being such a part of the show for all the years. We have Dylan Carroll Brown plopping in a present. I want to thank Mr. Bill Buckley for being a big supporter of the show. He bought this cake for us. I want to thank him. I want to thank Matt DeStoop, my brother, and obviously we're all a good friend for being behind the glass for all these years. I want to thank Dylan Carroll Brown helping out and being a supportive friend. I want to thank Jenna. Also, I always pronounce the name Gagne, even though it's not. It's Gagne. I just pronounce it wrong. I want to thank Jenna, too. She's put up with us a lot of times as well when Zach hasn't been here, Wen has been here. Big supporter. I want to thank her as well. I want to thank Mr. Hayward.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Mr. B and all these other guests, Mr. Moore, that have come on the show and really.
Mr. Gifford.
Mr. Gifford. I want to thank Darwin. I want to thank
Alex.
I want to thank our parents. I want to thank,
our parents for creating us so we can do the show.
I want to thank his dad, Lou, is the gateway to HCAM for me personally because of you, I found out about the club.
Actually, I remember before the show even started, we were in 6th grade, and you weren't there. It was Alex, Zach, and I, Zach Pransky, my twin, and we were thinking about doing a sports talk show. We typed up everything, and we didn't get farther than that. We only typed up 2 lines. I don't know what that was about, but then it apparently came true, and I met you guys at the club.
I want to thank our number one fan, my grandmother, Frances DeStoop, for watching every single episode of Sports Talk since we started it, every Monday night. And I want to thank you so much because, Grampy, you are our biggest supporter, and we all love you. And Grampy, too, because Grampy was always able to give me crap.
I want to
me
thank
talking too fast, and it was good because now I talk slower. But I want to thank both of you as well, and my father as well, because he's a big supporter. And last but not least, because you can't forget him, I want to thank Alex Vogel, Joe's stepbrother, for being on the show for the first year and a half and having so much support and being a good friend to us. And for being wicked funny. Too.
I also want to thank, I think it's Canton and Hull. I think the 2 are. I don't know if those the 2 for picking us up,
the show.
Which is good. More people listen to us.
All right, 100. And we always gonna have a mistake. 100 episodes in.
Yeah.
By the way, we both picked the Patriots to win the game. Just want to let you know. 100 episodes in. Final thoughts. How do you feel about it?
It feels, well, I'm gonna use a word I don't normally use, and every time I hear it, I think, oh my God, surreal.
I think it feels good, and it makes me feel really happy that we're able to do this. We have all these good friends that come and help and everything. So, thank you for watching the show. Thank you for watching the 100th episode. Thank you for sticking with us for the first 100 episodes. Whoever's watching at home, and here's to 100 more. Here's the 100th episode cake. Thanks to Mr. Bill Buckley. For Joe Pransky, I'm Brian DeStoop, and we will see you next time next week to recap the Pats playoff game. Thank you very much.
I'm Brian DeStoop.
I'm Joe Pransky.
And I'm Alex Vogel.
We do a weekly sports show here called Sports Talk.
Sure.
Yeah, on HCAM. And we're talking all things Boston sports and even some national stuff from here and then. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Yeah.
So, we are on Comcast 12 and Verizon 38. And the times we're on are Sunday at 9:30 p.m., Monday at 8:30 p.m., Tuesday at 6 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., Wednesday 6:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m., and Thursday is your triple. You get 6 a.m., you get 6:30 p.m., and 10 o'clock at night. How crazy is that? And on Friday, you get also 3. You get 6 a.m., 2:30 p.m., and 7 p.m., and Saturday to close it off, 1:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. So, if you love Boston sports, check us out. We're only teenagers. We love doing this.
Boston Strong.
Boston Strong. I'm Brian DeStoop with Alex Vogel and Joe Pransky. Check us out.
Yeah. I started giggling.
I said that.
No, you said 9:30.
Oh, well, let's see the sign.
They won't be seeing the show anyway.
They like to listen. Okay.
That was an old PSA. So none of those times are correct. So check HCAM's Facebook page for that. We're going to eat this cake right now. That shirt did not fit me. Go Pats. And everybody, have a good week. Go Pats. The road to Super Bowl 50 starts. We'll be back next week to recap the show no matter what. But thank you all for watching.